Hey, so I know I said that my first video after my intro probably would have been a thrift book haul, but little change of plans. I figured I'd haul the books that I got earlier on in the month, actually probably starting in the end of January, early to mid-February. I have quite a few. Keep in mind, most of these were discount. I seriously think I only paid full price for 2 out of them. The rest of them I paid anywhere between $1 to $3 for. The first book I have is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. This book is about Marian and Elinor Dashwood, and it basically just follows their lives through some romantic trial and tribulations. I've heard it's really, really good. I actually have this book in a bind-up of Jane Austen novels, but I usually find it a lot easier to have a single book because it's not very thick and I can put it in my purse and take it with me, and it also just doesn't look quite as intimidating. The next book I have here is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Alice in Wonderland is about. I'm actually not entirely sure what Through the Looking Glass is about, but if anybody wants to see a review of this, I'll certainly put it up. The next one I have is also a Barnes & Noble Classics edition. It is The Metamorphosis and Other Stories by Franz Kafka. Now, the only reason I really got this book was because my mom and I were talking, and she said she read The Metamorphosis in middle school and it freaked her out. So I just want to know what I just want to read it. It's about this guy who who wakes up and finds out he is a giant insect. Not usually my style of reading, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Again, I think I had a coupon when I got this, so it probably evened out to be like, probably $5. The next book I have is Stormbreaker by Anthony Horowitz. Now, this really shiny cover. Anyways, this book is the first in the Alex Rider series. I've already read this, but I borrowed it from a friend a long time ago, 4 or 5 years ago. So I figured I'd pick it up. This is about a 15-year-old boy who is contacted by MI6 and he becomes a spy. The next book I have is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. First off, I really, really love the version I got here, the cover design. It's really pretty. But anyways, this book, it's a mystery, obviously. I got it because I have a friend who loves Agatha Christie. So I figured I'd give this book a shot. The next one I have is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Not much to say about this book. First thing is it has the beveled edges. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that or not, but I think it is awesome. After that, I have Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This is a psychological thriller. I've heard a lot of amazing things about it. I'm trying to get more into adult fiction, and this seems more up my alley than some of the other things. This is about a woman who gets out of a mental institution and is sent by her job at the newspaper to cover the murders of 2 preteen girls, I believe. Now we're getting into some YA. This is Leviathan by Scott Westerfield. I honestly mainly picked this up because the cover is beautiful. It's steampunky and just incredibly gorgeous. It's textured, and I'm a total sucker for textured covers. I don't know if that's weird. Is anybody else like that? I don't know. I know I'm definitely like that. This is about a prince, a runaway prince, and a girl disguised as a boy who is in the British Air Service. They meet, I'm gonna guess there's a romance involved, but I'm not totally sure. And also, amazing thing about it, I didn't realize this until I picked it up and started flipping through it, but it totally has illustrations. And again, much like the textured cover thing, I love books with illustrations, and I just got blurry. After that, we have The Hollow, and again, it's another one with the textured, shiny-ish cover with the matte, kind of soft background. And this book sounds really interesting, and I'm not going to be able to do it much justice, so I will just read the back of it to you. Let's see, it says, When Abby's best friend, Kristen, vanishes at the bridge near Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, everyone else is all too quick to accept that Kristen is dead, and rumors fly that her death was no accident. Abby goes through the motions of mourning her best friend, but privately she refuses to believe that Kristen is really gone. Then she meets Caspian, the gorgeous and mysterious boy who shows up out of nowhere at Kristen's funeral and keeps reappearing in Abby's life. Caspian clearly has secrets of his own, but he's the only person who makes Abby feel normal again, but also special. Just when Abby starts to feel that she might survive all this, she learns a secret that makes her question everything she thought she knew about her best friend. How could Kristen have kept silent about so much? As Abby struggles to understand Kristen's betrayal, she uncovers a frightening truth that nearly unravels her, one that will change her emerging love for Caspian as well as her own sanity. Now again, I think this book sounds really, really interesting. I have never read a book like this. I'm probably going to read this really, really soon. After that, I have Forbidden by Tabitha Suzama. Now this book, it's really kind of taboo, I'd say. It's about a boy and a girl, brother and sister, who have a troubled past, and I think they kind of fall for each other. Now, to me, that kind of raises the ew alarm, but, you know, it was $2 or $3. I've heard a lot about it. Some people love it, some people hate it. I figure if I'm not digging it, which I kind of don't think I will, I can always just put it aside. No harm, no foul. It was only a couple dollars. After that, I have Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I am butchering that, I'm sure. The only reason I had never picked this book up is because I could never seem to find it for a reasonable price. But again, I think I paid, it looks like I paid $2.99. Yeah. $2.99 for a hardback book in perfect condition. After that, I have Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. This is the one that I paid full price for. I really cannot speak. I love it. It feels all soft, almost like suede. Again, with the weird obsessions with book characteristics. But anyways, this sounds really cool. I've never really read a zombie novel. I have two, The Forest of Hands and Teeth and Monster Island, that I haven't finished yet, but I probably will get to those one of these days. I saw the movie for this on Valentine's Day and it was hilarious. I know the book and the movie are completely different, but it gave me the kick that I really do want to read. After that, I have Catalyst by Laurie Halse Anderson. She's the woman who wrote Speak, which I haven't read, but I own. You're gonna find that to be a really, really big reoccurring thing on this channel. I have a ton of books I haven't read and I really need to finish. It's a problem. It's seriously a problem. This is about a girl who has like a meticulously controlled life and it just kind of spirals out of control. It seems really interesting. I think I might read this one before Speak because this one seems like something I'd be more interested in, but I'm not totally sure. Again, this cost, I don't know, I took the price tag off, but I think this one only cost $1. And final book is The Lady of the Rivers by Philippa Gregory. Now this is the third book in the Cousins War series, the first one being The White Queen, the second one being The Red Queen, and then this one is the third book. I have The Red Queen. That'll be in probably my next haul because I got that one again at a discounted price with a bunch of other books. And I have read The White Queen. I have read The White Queen and I really enjoyed it. Again, I found this one for like $3 or $4 and I decided to pick it up. This is about a river goddess, I think, and she runs into Joan of Arc at some point. That is not a good synopsis whatsoever. Let me try to read this for you. Descended from Messalina, butchering that. The river goddess, Jaquita, also butchering that, always had the gift of second sight. As a child visiting her uncle, she met his prisoner, Joan of Arc, and saw her own power reflected in the young woman accused of witchcraft. They shared the mystery of the tarot card of the Wheel of Fortune before Joan is taken to a horrific death at the hands of the English rulers of France. Jaquita or Jaquita? If someone knows, just tell me again. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. understands the danger for a woman who dares to dream. Jaquita is married to the Duke of Bedford, English regent of France, and he introduces her to a mysterious world of learning and alchemy. Her only friend in the great household is the Duke's squire, Richard Woodville, who is at her side when the Duke's death leaves her a wealthy young widow. The two become lovers and marry in secret, returning to England to serve at the court of the young King Henry IV, where Jaquita becomes a close and loyal friend to his new queen. Okay, that is all the books that I have for you today. If you'd like to see a review on any of them, just leave a comment and tell me which one. I will probably leave the links to these in the description bar. If you're interested, you can look at them on Goodreads. You will find so much better description there than what I can do. I'm really bad at summarizing. I'm really sorry. But thank you for watching. Bye!